Here's the biggest lie we tell ourselves. We say, as long as I'm doing activity, good things are going to happen. As long as I'm out here and I'm trying to market my business and promote my business and I'm posting content and you're doing all of these random things, I am going to win. And that's one of the biggest lies you can tell yourself, because it's not just about doing any activity. It's about doing the right activity. And it's not just about doing an activity. It's about having a proven strategy that's going to allow you to win. But if you are constantly doing random things online thinking you're going to win in your business, it's not going to happen. The one path specifically means we're going to focus on one product and service. Most people get that wrong. Actually, let's go before that. We're going to focus on one niche. Most people get that wrong. Most people are like, yo, this is good for everybody. But especially when it comes to marketing and advertising, I'm not asking you if multiple people can use it. When you're marketing and you want to get the best results, you need to talk to an ideal client, an avatar. You need to talk to somebody and press on their specific pain points based on what they're specifically going through. Even if other niches and audiences and markets can use it. So that's the first thing people get wrong. So you got to focus on one market, right? Okay, cool. I am talking to coaches. I am talking to speakers. I am talking to people who are going through trauma, even better, this particular type of trauma. I am talking to people who are trying to achieve this particular type of goal. I'm talking to people who want to achieve this particular health goal. You know how many fitness trainers I've spoken to or that I've coached and consulted, and they was like, yeah, I want to help anybody who's interested in fitness and bettering their health. And I'm like, come on. You got people who's trying to lose weight. You got people who's trying to gain muscle. You have people who are trying to be bodybuilders. You have people who are looking to, they want to use supplements to be able to get more healthy, and nutrients. You got so many different people who they're going through different journeys within their health and fitness, that you can't just bottle everybody under one umbrella. Even if you have the expertise to help them with multiple things, we're talking marketing right now. We're talking advertising right now. We're talking being successful and getting clients right now. So in order to make that happen, you got to know who you're talking to. Who are you talking to? Pick one of them. I'm not saying exclude the rest of the people. I'm just saying pick one to talk to. So that's it. So this is the path of one we're going through, right? Right now, we're landing you leads and we're getting you clients. So I'm walking you through the path right now. So that's one thing. Boom. So now you're clear on that. What's next? Next, we're going to focus on, I know who I'm helping and what is the product that's going to help that audience. So we're going to focus on one product. There's another problem I see people have is that they want to create, they see all of these other gurus and all of these other people in their industry, other service providers in the industry. Damn, they offering, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. They're offering this, and you got this, and you got the upsell, and you got the downsell, and you got this product, and you got that product, you got that add-on service, and you got. So the thing is, when you have so many different services, you don't even know what to offer people. So guess what? So I'm offering a couple of people over here this, I'm offering a couple of people over here that, and you're not sticking to any one thing. Again, don't take this out of context. That does not mean that you can't have multiple options for people, whether that's payment options. Because if you're saying, well, I want somebody who can afford it, well, you can have multiple payment options. That don't mean they got to pay $5,000 or $10,000 up front today. If you have multiple payment options for them, you can work with the person that can only afford $500 a month. You feel what I'm saying? So there's options there. And then even if you have multiple products, what I'm going to say is you're not going to offer them all your products. You're going to focus on one. This is the power of one, the path to one. That's what we're talking about, right? So what that is okay, we're going to offer them one product. So we have one audience, we have one product, and then we're going to focus on, once we have those two things, we're going to focus on one advertising method or one marketing method specifically, right? So I mentioned it earlier that there's a bunch of different ways that you can do lead generation, right? You could, if you wanted to, there was a guy, I'll give you a perfect example. There was a guy I did a consultation with one time, and I said, well, how are you getting leads right now? Because he wanted me to coach him. This is before we had the advertising agency. He wanted me to coach him, right, on getting more exposure and getting leads. So I said, "What are you doing right now?" He said, "Man, well," he said, I'm walking, I'm walking in downtown San Antonio, Texas, handing out my business cards." I said, "Oh my God." I said, "How's that going for you?" He said, "Man, it ain't really going good, man. I'm not finding people who are interested. Then the people who do take my business card, they don't call me back, or they're not serious. Do you know why that doesn't work? Do you know why that doesn't work? That doesn't work because you're not talking to a specific person. See, my philosophy in business is I don't want to have to twist anybody's arm. I don't want to have to really convince you too much. I want the golden goose of what we do is really offering somebody a product or a service that they already know they need. You know how much easier business would be if you didn't have to convince people. You found the right people who already needed what you had. That's like that would be the holy grail of business. Is like I got a great product and service. I can snap my fingers and out of the 7 billion people that are on this planet, all of the people who want my product or service is lined up to buy it. That's the holy grail, right? But obviously, it ain't that easy to find those people, right? And they don't know you exist. That's why we have marketing. That's why we have advertising. Let's figure it out, right? You have some people who are close to the edge and they just need to be informed a little bit more. But the problem is that we don't have one method. We're trying to do everything. So when we talk about the method, we're going to choose one method. If you want networking to be a thing and go out and you're gonna focus on that. Now that doesn't mean you don't go to conferences. Like I'm big like this year for me, I'm huge on building relationships. And we just had my guy June Archer come out to our PCS boot camp, and he just shut the game down, showing us, yo, this is what you need to do networking wise, XYZ, XYZ. All right. So by any means, I'm not saying don't do it. My point is you need to pick one thing you're going to go all in on. Because the best believe I go to a networking event or if I go out to a conference or something, I'm using those strategies. You want to know what those strategies are? Go to my Facebook or go to my Instagram and watch some of the clips I dropped, right? Of just talking about this, but in June talking about it. But this is the key though. The key is you need to have one thing that you're going to consistently follow and do every single day. So, you could do the influencer marketing. You can do the cold calls. There's people with successful cold calling. There's people successful. They go out to events every day. There's people who are, successful organic marketing. But I'm gonna tell you what's the problem with some of these methods, right? Is that if you do organic, let's look at organic marketing for a second. So let's say you're trying to get leads for free, and you said I'm going to post. Well, this is the problem. One, organic posting is not for lead generation, it's for lead nurturing. That's one. Meaning people are on social media really not even to buy. Honestly, they're on there to connect, they're on there to learn, they're on there for community, they're on there for other reasons. Now, if they come across something, they might walk down a path and say, okay, let me learn more about it. But Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these social media platforms is not Amazon. You feel what I'm saying? If you're on Amazon.com, you likely on there to buy something, or you planning to buy something. You go on Facebook, you might not necessarily be planning to buy something. But if something fits, you might, you know what I'm saying? So the challenge is that it takes a long time to monetize organically. And you probably know that if you've been posting for any length of time on social media, you probably know that it ain't easy. It ain't. I used to think that, yo, if I just post good content, yo, people gonna love it. They're gonna buy from me. I used to think I was gonna get all these leads. I used to think I could look at my phone and then see, my DMs blowing up, my messages blowing up. Yo, if I put out a great video, I put out great content, they're gonna love me, and I'll be able to build a successful business. Now, I realized I got sobered up real quick to reality and realized that it wasn't like that. Now I get people who reach out to me every so often and say, yo, like specifically like, yo, I want you to coach me. I want you to help me. And it does happen. But when we talking about consistent revenue, when we're talking about you want to make 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month. When we talking bigger numbers, you got to have a system, a proven system. It's not going to be somebody randomly reaching out. Right. So you got to realize that, boom. All right. Well, let's say cold calls. Most people don't even have the confidence to do cold calls. or the knock on doors cold, right? Most people don't have the confidence to be able to do that, and that's a skill in itself. You ain't, you know what I mean? You get a couple no's or a couple people curse you out. Most people out of the game like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that, right? So you gotta be mindful of that. You got and then all the other ways too, right? Influencer marketing is dope, but guess what though? If you don't already have a network of influencers, what's gonna make them want to do business with you if you don't have any money? Right? What's going to make them want to do business with you? What's going to make them want to just post your thing? Do you have something that you can leverage? Do you have like you can't just you think you're just going to DM and they just going to do it out of the kindness of their heart? I mean, maybe if you message 1,000 people, maybe somebody might like the cause and you might get one or two people to do it, but it's not going to be consistent enough for you to make consistent revenue, and it's going to take you 1,000 hours to do it. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying all these other methods is tough, but if you go into paid advertising, the good part about that is you can set it up. You don't need anybody's permission to do that. You can set it up and you can run it. You just need to know the strategy. You run it, you set it up, and you don't even need to have that much money. You can start off running paid advertising with $5 a day, even less than that. But you can start off with $5, $10 a day and get leads directly in your inbox, directly to your phone. And this is the best part. They don't even need to know you exist. It's not like, yo, I gotta be out. I had to, like, the prerequisite is I have to be posting for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? There's no prerequisite. The only thing you need to have is you just need to know how to reach them. That's it. And what to say for what they really want, which is why that's why the first 2 points was get your niche together, get your product together. So and then really even the product, you don't even really even have to have that set up because you can have people on a waiting list while you're creating your product. You just really need to know who you're talking to. And once you know who you're talking to and how to attract them, I got a client right now who got a product that doesn't come out to another 2 months, but we're running ads right now um, because he's building up his email list. So by the time he does the launch, he already has 100, 500, 1,000 people already waiting to buy it when he releases it during the summer.